What if one country suddenly became 15 different nations? What if the superpower that once rivaled the United States simply disappeared? From the icy power of Russia to the Baltic states of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, from the mountains of Georgia and Armenia to the vast steppes of Central Asia, these nations were once united under one flag. But how much do you really know about the countries that were once part of Soviet Union? Let's find out in this trivia. Russia, the largest country in the world in terms of land area. Russia was the largest republic of the Soviet Union and became independent in 1991. It's a huge country and spans 11 time zones. It spreads across Europe and Asia and borders 14 countries. It is a federal semi-presidential republic. The current president is Vladimir Putin. Quick facts. Capital city Moscow. Population 146 million. Language Russian. Currency Russian ruble. Ukraine, the largest country in Europe after Russia. Ukraine became independent in 1991. It is known as the breadbasket of Europe for its rich, fertile soil, agricultural land, and grain production. It is a major exporter of wheat, corn, and sunflower oil. It is a semi-presidential republic. The current president is Volodymyr Zelensky. Quick facts. Capital city Kiev. Population 37 million. Language Ukrainian. Currency hryvnia. Belarus. One of the most forested countries in Europe. Belarus became independent in 1991. It is a landlocked country, often called Europe's last dictatorship because of its long-time centralized rule. The country is mostly flat, covered with forests, rivers, and thousands of lakes, earning it the nickname Blue-Eyed Country. It is a presidential republic with strong central authority. The current president is Alexander Lukashenko, in power since 1994. Quick facts. Capital city Minsk. Population 9.1 million. Language Belarusian and Russian. Currency Belarusian ruble. Estonia, one of the least religious countries in the world. Estonia became independent from Russian Empire in 1918, but USSR again occupied it in 1940. It regained independence in 1991 after Soviet collapse. It is one of the most digitally advanced countries in the world. Skype was created in Estonia. It is a parliamentary republic, president being head of state, ceremonial. Prime Minister is the head of government, runs the country. The current PM is Kristen Michal. Quick facts. Capital city Tallinn. Population 1.3 million. Language Estonian. Currency Euro. Latvia, one of the greenest countries in Europe. Like Estonia, Latvia also became independent from Russian Empire in 1918, but USSR again occupied it in 1940. It regained independence in 1991 after Soviet collapse. It is a parliamentary republic, president being head of state, ceremonial. Prime Minister is the head of government, runs the country. The current PM is Iveco Selina, first female prime minister after independence. Quick facts. Capital city Riga. Population 1.9 million. Language Latvian. Currency Euro. Lithuania. Lithuanian is one of the oldest languages still spoken. Like Estonia and Latvia, another Baltic country, Lithuania, became independent from Russian Empire in 1918, but lost to USSR in 1940. It regained independence in 1990, becoming the first Soviet republic to declare independence. It is a semi-presidential republic, president being head of state, and prime minister being the head of government. The current president is Gitanas Nausėda. Quick facts. Capital city Vilnius. Population 2.8 million. Language Lithuanian. Currency Euro. Moldova. It has one of Europe's oldest wine traditions. Moldova gained independence in 1991. It was part of Romania till 1944 when USSR took it over. Moldova is one of the poorest countries of Europe. Its major export is wine. Craiova has one of the largest underground wine cellars in the world. It is a parliamentary republic, president being head of state and prime minister being the head of government. The current president is Maia Sandu. Quick facts. Capital city Chisinau. Population 2.5 million. Language Romanian. Currency Moldovan leu. Georgia. It is considered the birthplace of wine. 8,000-year tradition. Georgia gained a brief independence in 1918 from Russian Empire, but was again annexed by Soviet Union in 1921. It gained independence again in 1991 after the collapse of Soviet Union. It is a democratic republic, president being head of state and prime minister being the head of government. The current president is Salome Zurabichvili. Quick facts. Capital city Tbilisi. Population 3.7 million. Language Georgian. Currency Georgian lari. Armenia. It is one of the world's oldest civilizations. Armenia gained a brief independence in 1918 from Russian Empire, but was again annexed by Soviet Union in 1920. It regained independence in 1991 after the collapse of Soviet Union. It is a democratic republic, president being head of state and prime minister being the head of government. The current president is Vahagan Khachaturian. Quick facts. Capital city Yerevan. Population 2.8 million. Language Armenian. Currency Armenian dram. Azerbaijan. First democratic republic in the Muslim world. Azerbaijan gained a brief independence in 1918 from Russian Empire and formed a democratic republic, but was again annexed by Soviet Union in 1920. It regained independence in 1991 after the collapse of Soviet Union. Azerbaijan is a major oil and gas exporter. Some of the world's first oil wells were in Baku. It is one of the few Muslim-majority country that is officially secular. It is a presidential republic. Longtime leader Ilham Aliyev is the president since 2003. Quick facts. Capital city Baku. Population 10 million. Language Azerbaijani. Currency manat. Kazakhstan. Largest landlocked country in the world. Kazakhstan was part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union till 1991 when it became independent. It was the last Soviet republic to become so. Home of mostly Sunni Muslims, traditionally it had a nomadic culture with horse-based lifestyle. It is a presidential republic. Current president is Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, in office since 2019. Quick facts. Capital city Astana. Population 20 million. Language Kazakh and Russian. Currency tenge. Uzbekistan. Ancient center of Silk Road. Uzbekistan was part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union till 1991 when it became independent. Home of the famous Amu Darya River and Tian Shan Mountains, Samarkand city is over 2,700 years old. It is a presidential republic. Current president is Shavkat Mirziyoyev, in office since 2016. Quick facts. Capital city Tashkent. Population 36 million. Language Uzbek. Currency Som. Turkmenistan. One of the most isolated countries in the world. Turkmenistan was part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union till 1991, when it became independent. About 70% of the country is covered Karakum Desert. It is a presidential republic with strict state control. Current president is Serdar Berdimuhamedov. Quick facts. Capital city Ashgabat. Population 6.5 million. Language Turkmen. Currency Manat. Kyrgyzstan, one of the most mountainous countries in the world. Kyrgyzstan was part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union till 1991, when it became independent. About 90% of the country is mountainous. It is a presidential republic. Current president is Sadir Japarov. Quick facts. Capital city Bishkek. Population 7 million. Language Kyrgyz. Currency Som. Tajikistan, home to Pamir Mountains. Roof of the world. Tajikistan was part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union till 1991, when it became independent. It was once ruled by Alexander the Great. It is a presidential republic. Current president is Emomali Rahmon, in office since 1994. Quick facts. Capital city Dushanbe. Population 10 million. Language Tajik. Currency Somoni. Thank you for watching. Please check the other videos.